What's up, Overcome Army? It is Monday. That's right. It is that first day that we get things back on track, guys. It has been, man, we are rolling into the end of 2022. And I know for many of you that are out there watching me, 2022 has been a tough year. You guys have had life ambushes. Perhaps you lost someone. Some of you I know have been sick or injured. Some of you have suffered blows in your business. Some of you are overcoming disappointments. I mean, these are the things that all of us encounter in life. I hate to tell you, welcome to being alive and being human. And I think the difference between individuals out there who find success is they get off the X and they drive forward. They don't just sit there and dwell on the problems they have. Instead, they just say, you know what, that hurts. I've got to figure out a way to drive forward. And that is one of the biggest things that it's one of the biggest things that I can convey, guys. You have to get off the X of your mind. You have to get off the X of our hearts. You have to get off the X of your body. You have to get off the X of relationships. You have to get off the X of business. You just have to get off the X. And that is what we have to do in this life. And I just cannot convey that enough. It's such a simple thing that's so complicated to execute, but at the end of the day, it comes down to that one simple word: action. That's it. That's really what it all comes down to, is just action. So movement is life, guys. I can't convey that enough. When we get stuck in our minds, when we get stuck in some sort of physical, mental, emotional rut, get up and move. Get up, get a new environment, go find someone else to be around, communicate, talk about it. These are things that all help us get off the X. So we just finished up Thanksgiving. I just hope that all of you had an amazing Thanksgiving. I want to start off by saying thank you. I am grateful for all of you who follow me, for all of you who that are part of the Overcome Army, for all of you that have shown up and have been present for many of the workshops that I've done. I just want to say thank you. I'm just grateful for all of you for that. Beyond that, guys, it's been a heck of a year for us also. We are rolling forward, and of course, in the last couple of Monday Musters, I talked about the expansion of the rule of 3 Ps into the rule of Ps. There are now 5 Ps. And for those of you who never followed me before, you may be saying, rule of Ps? What is that? And someone actually wrote me and said, Jay, my rule of Ps is piss poor performance helps to prevent, piss poor preparation helps to prevent poor performance. That's a good one. So my rule of Ps is every day we want to do something that moves the needle in our life. We want to do it physically with our body. We want to do it all around us in our personal lives, whether it's with relationships, whether it's how we take care of the personal things in our lives, finances, home, vehicles, any of our personal things. And then professional, how do we educate ourselves? How do we get better? How do we level up in our job? And then I added the 2 additional ones in these last couple of weeks. Profit, which profit is how do we make sure that the amount of revenue we're bringing in, whether it's through a paycheck, whether it's through maybe we got a side hustle, but no matter what, that we make sure that those revenues don't exceed our expenses and that there is a small level of profit and we are putting that money to work. That's a whole nother thing we talked about in the last Monday Muster. But the last one, number 5, guys, is a mindset of protection. It is a dangerous world we're living in. Right here in the Virginia Beach area, I know it was national news, I know it was local news. On Wednesday night, it might have been Tuesday night, but last week there was a mass shooting, and there are just more and more mass shootings that are occurring around the country. And it's dangerous. I mean, I was not in that Walmart. I was in another Walmart that night down the street. And man, I saw the news and I thought about that. And I'll be honest, I thought about, what would I have done in that situation? Obviously, I have a high level of training. So I was thinking through that, but you also need to be thinking about that. One of our other coaches had an incident that occurred up in the Richmond area where a mom with two small kids, the ex-husband showed up angry, irate. Obviously, it was a failed relationship. Showed up on the doorstep, banging on the door, threatening to break in. She called 911, told him, hey, this is I've got a potential break-in situation. Please someone as quickly as possible. She's on the phone with 911. They're saying police are being dispatched. Guy breaks down the door, comes in, ends up killing both this mom and kids. That period of time was probably at least, 4 to 5 minutes. So if she had had something to protect herself, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute because, I meet a lot of people. Well, I'm going to get into that in a minute. If she had had something to protect herself, guys, she could have made a difference. I meet so many people who have they talk about, well, I don't need to be prepared for things like that. I don't need to be prepared for dangerous situations because that's why we have hospitals. That's why we have, paramedics. That's why we have police. That's why we have the military and all these different things. Yeah, there's some level of that. But at the end of the day, you are the commander of your ship. You are the leader of your family. And if a threat shows up on your doorstep, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's physical confrontation, whether it's a threat against your business, you are the one who should have a mindset of preparation and protection to be able to save yourself. So real quickly, guys, I'm going to go over a few things. One of the first things I want to talk about is this. It is a firearm. This is a 6-hour 320 AXG that I have tricked out. A lot of people have a fear of firearms, and there's a lot of people out there that want to tell you, oh, firearms, all these mass shootings are because of these things right here. And unfortunately, I just don't believe that is true. A firearm is a tool. I worked my entire SEAL career with firearms. It is no different than this. No different than this, and no different than this. If there is a bolt I need to unscrew, I want a pair of pliers. There is a very specific tool for a specific job. This is a flathead screwdriver. If there is a flathead screw that I need to unscrew, I want a flathead screwdriver. If it's a Phillips head screw, I am not going to be able to unscrew it with this device. If there is a nail that I need to either hammer or I need to remove, then I want this hammer. If it's something different than that, I'm not going to try and hammer a nail with a pair of pliers. It's the wrong tool for the job. Unfortunately, living in dangerous times, a gun is the right tool for the job. But there is a level of training and preparation that has to go into that, a mindset of training, a mindset of preparation to get yourself prepared to be able to use this device. Now, I know there are some of you out there, I have some international members who will say, well, in our country, we can't have guns. Well, that's okay. You got to have a different mindset of preparation. Anywhere I go, typically, guys, I am armed. Almost everywhere I go. As a matter of fact, when I travel, right now, I am armed. Everywhere I go, anywhere in the world, I always have a knife. It is my basic level of protection. When I am home, I also have, this is my everyday carry gun, 6-hour 365. I always have this. When I am on the road, in my computer bag, I have a tomahawk. Why do I have this? Because most places I go, I can't carry a gun in many of the cities that I go to. With this, there's a lot of things that I can do with this, both to protect myself as an emergency escape device. I'm not going to get into that. I go over all this kind of stuff in our Overcome and Survive survival workshop, which is coming up in April, and we'll put that information in there. I also, in my bag, have a tourniquet. Guys, these individuals that were shot in that Walmart shooting, or if someone in your family suddenly is shot, or something happens to them, this tourniquet could very well save their lives. And if you don't know how to use one of these, unfortunately, the paramedics may be able to not get there fast enough if you have some sort of penetrating trauma wound, something like that. In my car, at any given time, I have a go bag. In this go bag, I have survival gear. I have food. I have things that I can protect myself and my family with. And I also have a larger medical kit. All of these things require a mindset of protection. How do I protect the ones I love? And a mindset of preparation. Those are the two components of protection. So when we talk about the 5th P, protection, it is about how we build and overcome mindset to be able to protect ourselves, to protect our family, protect our property. There's so many ways that we can do this that I meet so many people that just say, well, you know, if I just leave it to the police or if I just leave it to the paramedics, you know, those guys are going to be there in time. It's just not true, guys. You got to have the right tools to make a difference. Maybe those right tools are a specific type of lock. Maybe the right tools is a security system. Maybe the right tools is survival food or survival equipment. Maybe the right tools are, believe it or not, when we start getting into, you know, outer ring levels of protection, I start to look at the insurance and the things that I've done to protect myself and my business. I even think, you know, there's an overlap here between profit and between protection. I think of diversified revenue streams of levels of protection. If I was to lose my primary source of income through speaking and coaching, how am I taking care of my family? What additional streams of revenue, what additional income sources do I have to protect myself against that? That is a mindset of protection. This is one level of protection. This is another level with obviously different things, but this is going to be one of the most important things. But I think individuals who are balanced, who think about protection in all aspects of their lives, who have obviously life insurance and medical insurance, and I have liability, commercial liability insurance in my company if something was to happen, to protect myself and to protect my family. So guys, the 5th P is about protection, a mindset of protection. We live in dangerous times. We live in litigious times. I mean, people want to sue you for anything. What levels of protection are you putting into your life to protect yourself, your family, and of course, you know, your business and things like that? So guys, I have a mindset of protection. It's just something I think about all the time. Some of it came a part of my job. Some of it came out of, you know, retiring from the military and recognizing that we live in a dangerous world and we live in a world that has problems. So guys, I got to tell you, you know, I can't protect you from everything, such as against everything, such as this super ugly, customized Jason Redman ugly sweater. I can't protect you against that. But you can, you know, if you actually want one of these to rock it out at your office Christmas party, you obviously can get that at the Jason Redman store, jasonredman.com. I can't protect you against this. But guys, with a mindset of protection, I can protect you against so much more. If you guys are interested in learning more, we're running our Overcome and Survive Defense workshops. We're running 2 of them next year. One is at the end of April, and sign-ups are open for that one. The other one is going to be in November. But if you want to learn more about survival, if you want to learn more about how to safely and effectively use a handgun, if you want to learn how to do basic trauma first aid for yourself and your family, if you want to learn how to survive for an extended period of time, from storms all the way up to what would happen if society collapsed, like in Ukraine. All those things are what we teach. But bigger than that, guys, start to build a mindset of protection in your life. I guarantee it will make a difference. So that is Monday Muscle for today. Building a mindset of protection in the Jason Redman custom ugly sweater. So that's what's up today. Much love to all of you. Go out, slay this Monday, slay this week, and build that mindset of protection. It will make a difference in your life. I guarantee it. The 5th P. All right, I'm out.